Like that back then, they did that.
Shot. Come on for a little shout out.
Rest in peace.
Oh, shit.
Everyone get on your feet. Wave your hands, turn up the heat. Everyone get on your feet. Got another show to go. We're all together. All together. All together.
Best there is, best there was, best there ever will be.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first non-points race of Season 2 NASCAR Walmart Cup Series. Hi, I'm Levi McIntyre, aka ThrashManiac99, the voice of NASCAR Walmart Cup Series, here to welcome you to the second annual Budweiser Shootout at Daytona. If you just saw the last race, it was the Budweiser Shootout LCQ, where the top 5 drivers in that race would be transferred over to this race. Now, this is a tradition at Daytona that right before the Daytona 500, these drivers will run the Budweiser Shootout. Now, we are going to go through the starting lineup. Starting on the pole is going to be Cody Lamas, who is replacing Barney Taylor in the 15 car, as Barney Taylor's in another car that we'll see later in the field. Excuse me. But Cody Lamas had a very good season last year. Got a win. If I could recall, his win came at Daytona. Funny enough, at the last race we ran at Daytona, which was the Pepsi 400. And can that luck keep going for that 15 car? Can he win the Bud Shootout? We'll find out. Starting second is going to be one of those 5 transfer drivers, the 34 of Sonny Hammond. Now, Sonny Hammond had a pretty up and down season. If I can recall, I think he finished 20... I honestly can't remember at this moment, but I am going to re-look. But Sonny Hammond ended up 26th in points in his first season. But can he do better in this 34 Taco Bell Ford for Front Row Motorsports? We'll find out. Starting third is Cameron Bailey, who finished the season last year in the... trying to figure out where he ended up. He ended up 21st, and he got a win last season during the chase. I don't remember at the moment where he did win, but he's in the 09 James Finch car to make it into the shootout because he is not running a race in Season 2. He's not running a ride in Season 2, but he will be in the All-Star race in that 09 car. So, there you go. But Cameron Bailey starts off third. Fourth is going to be Noah Hart, who's in his 56 car, but he ain't going to be running this season. But he picked up 2 wins last season, and he ended up finishing 6th in points last year, or last season, I should say. But can Noah Hart win the Bud Shootout? We'll find out. Starting 5th is going to be one of the drivers to be on the lookout for in this season, the first person to win 4 races in a season, Chris Washer. And he had a very dismal chase. He finished 12th in the chase. But can that luck turn around this season for Chris Washer and do better in the chase? We'll find out in the season. But he rolls off 5th today here in the Bud Shootout. Starting 6th is going to be 2-time winner Chris Oliver, who won last season at Rockingham, UK, and Talladega, and he had a very dismal chase, finishing 6th. So Chase Oliver is going to come away in the 21 car. He used to be known as Chris Oliver, but now he's going by his YouTube name, Chase Oliver. So Chase Oliver will start 6th. 7th is going to be Danny Wells in that 31 car, as he is not in the 29 car. He's in the 31. And he picked up the win last season at Thornton, and that's how he got in the chase and managed to make this race. And he finished 11th in points last season. Can he have a better season this year, or this season? We'll find out. Starting in the 8th spot is last season's champion, Jessica Shelton, running the number 4 Jimmy John Chevy. Will she go 2 in a row? We'll find out. Starting in 9th is another driver to be on the lookout for to win the championship potentially in the 12 car for Penske Racing, Austin Weiner, and he finished 7th in points last season, and he had 4 wins, and he was the first person in NASCAR Walmart Cup Series history to win 2 races in a row. Can that luck repeat itself, and hopefully this time he wins the championship? We'll find out. Excuse me, and give me just a second. I apologize. And then rounding out the top 10 is going to be the driver who came into this race after finishing last season in 8th in points and is in the 13 car, and that is Barney Taylor. I apologize. I just have a throat issue at the moment. Then 11th is going to be the driver who was 15th in points last season and won back at Canadian Tire, and that is Matt McIntyre. He will roll off 11th. 12th is one of our transfer spots, Preston Plord. Then Daniel Day, who is not running the season but will be running this race and the All-Star race in that number 70 Extends car. Then next to him is Austin LaPlante, who is not running the season, but he will be running this and the All-Star race due to his performance last season. He rolls off right there in the 52 car. Then Zachary Fitzwater, who is running this season and is in that 07 car for Richard Childress. And then next to him is the LCQ winner, Annie Thomas. Then it's Ian Dutta in the 18 Skittles car. Rue McIntyre, another one of those transfer drivers. Charlie Rodriguez, who is not running the season but will run this race and the All-Star race in the 71 car. Next to him is Cole Daly, who's only running that 29 for this race and the All-Star race. Then it's Jekko Knight. Now, I bet you're wondering, who is Jekko Knight? Well, he's Fred Schaefer, but he wanted to change his name to his YouTube name, Jekko Knight. And he's going to be in the 38 car, replacing Nathan Hudson this season. Starting next to him will be Michael Norman. And then rounding out the field is the last transfer driver, Justin Talampaz, in the 78. That is a look at your starting lineup. Let's go racing for 24 laps instead of 16. Now this race should be rather intense because, yeah, it's only 23 cars, but on top of that, we're going to see a lot. It's a mixture of pretty much everybody is in this field as veterans except for 3 rookies, and that is Annie Thomas, Justin Talampaz, and Preston Plord. As it will be Cody Lamas and Sonny Hammond starting in the front row here. Let's see what's going to happen with this start. And it is Cody Lamas starting up from the pole, and here we go. Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys and girls. Cody Lamas and Sonny Hammond had almost a dead even start, but Cody Lamas has that inside line to his advantage. Now, we saw in the LCQ race, nobody got into any incidents whatsoever, so we were fortunate enough to go through that race without a caution, but since this is a longer race, it gives drivers more time to get aggressive. We could see a caution or two. It depends on how this racing will turn out, but Cody Lamas still leads, and meanwhile, Cameron Bailey in the 09 is moved up to second. Then Chris Washer, Then Danny Wells, Sonny Hammond will drop down to 5th for the moment. But so far it's still double wide. And Cody Lamas will lead lap 1 here at the Budweiser Shootout. And Cody Lamas is now racing for Michael Waltrip Racing in the 15 car instead of his old 39 U.S. Army car for Stuart Haas. We'll see how Cody Lamas will fare in the same car Barney Taylor won 3 races in and finished in the top 10 in points. Let's take a look at the back, and there you see Michael Norman along with Cole Daly and Justin Talampaz. And now we're already seeing a couple 3-wide battles. I see Matt McIntyre, Austin Weiner, Chris Washer, then Noah Hart, Chase Oliver, and if I can recall, that is Daniel Day. And now we have a new leader at the moment, that is the 31 of Danny Wells. Danny Wells looking to try to have a much better season than what he had last year. Up until the chase, despite having that win at Thornton, he had a pretty dismal season, but then he got into the chase based on having the win from Thornton. He got in and did pretty good for himself in the chase. He finished in 11th in points. But will he be able to have better luck? We'll see. And he's got a big lead, and that's not a good thing. And the closest to get to him is second place Matt McIntyre in that 98 Best Buy Chevy. For, I believe, he is racing for JTG Daugherty with his teammate Seth Cole. Or no, not Seth Cole, Alex Hawkins, who is a rookie, but not in this race. So far, we are still clean and green. It's crazy. This whole Speed Weeks, we have not had a caution. Meanwhile, there's an inside line brewing. There's Zachary Fitzwater in the 07 Jack Daniels car. Instead of him being in the 9 car, he is going to be moving up to Richard Childress in the ranks of a lot of other drivers and veterans, such as Michael Norman and among others, even rookies. And now, Daniel Day gets left up in the dust, up in the high line, while Danny Wells continues to lead the way. Let's take a look at the back of the pack. See who's running back here. There's Cole Daly in that 29 car, and even though that 29 is only going to be run for this race and the All-Star race. But there you see the LCQ winner, Annie Thomas, running back here, along with Michael Norman and another transfer driver in Justin Talampaz. But meanwhile, drivers are still just shuffling along, trying to get a run going, but Danny Wells continues to lead, and he's got his teammate Zachary Fitzwater right behind him. Apologize for the silence, but and then also look who's lurking in right there in third, and that is Austin Weiner in that 12 car. He decided to make a change for himself this season by not running the 5 car for Hendrick. He's moving over to the 12 car to run for Penske Racing in the 3-car team that features himself, Dylan Young, and rookie Hunter Bell. So that team has got 2 veterans and 1 rookie. And right now, Austin Weiner running in third, and look who's behind him. Last season's champion, Jessica Shelton, now for Stuart Haas Racing in the 4 car. And that Stuart Haas team has got a very good mix of veteran and rookie. The 2 rookies for that team are Parker Wright and I believe, Alex Pedro. And then the 2 veterans are Jessica Shelton and Seth Cole. And then look who's behind her. Chase Oliver in the 21. He knows how to get around restrictor plate tracks. Hell, last season in the Aaron's 499, he won that race. Meanwhile, Danny Wells continues to lead, but Zachary Fitzwater is lurking to try to get around him. Meanwhile, let's take a look at who's run back here. There you see Rue McIntyre, who got into this race via top 5 finish in the LCQ. And then back here, Cole Daly's just still not been able to get going. There's quite a few transfer drivers. 4 transfer drivers are running in the near the back of the pack, and that is Talampaz, Plord, Thomas, and McIntyre. And McIntyre, he's lost the draft for the time being. Let's see where the other driver who transferred in. There he is, Sonny Hammond, running up in the 7th spot. So he's having a good race at the moment. Been running up here around this top 15 pretty much most of the race. Meanwhile, we got a battle for second between Chase Oliver and Zachary Fitzwater, but he couldn't get to him fast enough. Are we going to see pit stops take place? Because I see Danny Wells awfully low. Yes, drivers are coming down pit road. We got quite a few. I see Danny Wells, Matt McIntyre, Ian Dutta, Justin Talampaz, Preston Plord, and Annie Thomas. Everybody else stayed out. So Zachary Fitzwater at the moment is your leader. Second is Jessica Shelton. Third, Chase Oliver. Fourth, now going for third, is Austin Weiner. Then fifth is Sonny Hammond. Then it's Noah Hart, Cameron Bailey, Cody Lamas, Chris Washer, Barney Taylor, Daniel Day, Charlie Rodriguez, Jecko Knight, Michael Norman, Austin LaPlante, Cole Daly, Rue McIntyre. Everybody else is on pit road, and now Sheldon's got the lead, but now here comes everybody else on the pit road. Oh, and Chris Washer, did he hit the wall? No, he saved it. Oh, but Michael Norman, we have a wreck. Michael Norman, Cole Daly, Austin LaPlante, and Charlie Rodriguez have wrecked, trying to get on the pit road, but caution is not out since it was an incident on pit road, but look at the buckle on Cole Daly's hood. And rear end damage on Austin LaPlante. There's Zachary Fitzwater, who's now getting ready to come out of pit road. Or is he coming down to a stall? No, he's coming out. So it looks like second out will be Chris Oliver, then Austin Weiner, then Jessica Sheldon, then Noah Hart. But the highest running there is Danny Wells. Now, he came into the pits as the leader. Let's see if it'll cycle around and cycle him around back as the leader, as we are a couple laps away from halfway, but now Cole Daly has no hood. And I don't know if he's going to be up to speed or not because of that incident that took place on pit road. So that's the closest we've came to having a wreck, and wow, there are so many drivers up ahead who got out of the pits. I think Zachary Fitzwater may be cycled around as your leader, because he had a fast stop, and Danny Wells was pretty far behind. But now we have a battle for the lead between Fitzwater and Chase Oliver. Who will lead this lap? Chase Oliver by a bumper. So Chase Oliver has cycled around at the moment as your leader, and we are one lap away from halfway here in the Bud Shootout. I do believe these drivers will have to pit one more time. So that's an interesting factor with it being 6 more laps than the LCQ, is that these drivers will have to pit one more time, I would think. But anyways, let's take a look at the run through of the field at the moment. Chris Oliver is your leader. Second is Zachary Fitzwater. Third is Austin Weiner. Fourth, Jessica Sheldon. Fifth, Noah Hart. Sixth, Cameron Bailey. Seventh, Sonny Hammond. 8th, Chris Washer. 9th is Cody Lamas. 10th is Matt McIntyre. Then it's Danny Wells, Rue McIntyre, Daniel Day, Jecko Knight, Charlie Rodriguez, Michael Norman, Barney Taylor, Annie Thomas, Justin Talampaz, Preston Plord, who has some side damage, must have been from that pit road incident, Ian Dutta, Austin LaPlante, and then not up to speed is none other than Cole Daly. He and Austin LaPlante are not up to speed. Preston Plord, he's not really up to speed either. or he just could be losing the draft. But let's take a look, see where the leaders are. There's Chase Oliver leading. The field has been pretty much spread out after those pit stops took place, and a little bit more spread out after that pit road incident. As we are past halfway, we are 11 laps to go here in the Budweiser Shootout. As Chase Oliver looks to get some momentum going heading into the Daytona 500, which will be coming up next. And Zachary Fitzwater still right there in second, then Weiner. Then we see for our first car drafting tandem is Noah Hart and Cameron Bailey. Will they be able to catch up to the leaders before this race is over? Now they're going to split up. Right now, Chase Oliver, at the last time he was scored, a little over a quarter of a second ahead of Zachary Fitzwater, but this is the closest as far as the leader pack is between these three cars, Fitzwater, Oliver, and Weiner. And there is Cole Daly, who is just passing the start-finish line. If the race goes green the rest of the way, I do see these guys, the leaders, catching that 29 at some point. Now here comes Austin Weiner. He somehow got a draft run from getting behind the 07 of Fitzwater, and now he's going to get around him for second. And if he can get to that back bumper of Chase Oliver, we could see a three-car battle for the lead and potentially the win here in the Bud Shootout. Now, Austin Weiner is in Penske Racing, but he is driving a Dodge, while the other two, Dylan Young and Hunter Bell, are running Fords. That don't matter. They are still under the same belt, the same team of Penske. Meanwhile, Austin Weiner's right there on the back bumper of Chase Oliver to try to get him for the lead as it's 8 to go here in the shootout. If the race was over just like the LCQ, Chase Oliver would be your winner, but it's 6 more laps than the LCQ race. Right now we have this battle for the lead going on between Weiner and Oliver, and they are catching that 29 of Cole Daly. Could that stir up some problems for these leaders? As they are going a little over 20 miles per hour faster than the 29 of Daly after he got in that incident on pit road. We won't be looking at a replay because we saw it firsthand. They were just stacking up trying to get into pit road, and they are almost to the 29. What are they going to do? They are really slow, and that's going to have Zachary Fitzwater come into the fray, but now they're going to go to the bottom, so now Fitzwater's going to get held up, and that opened up some breathing room for drivers like Noah Hart and Cameron Bailey, Jessica Sheldon to somewhat catch up to them. And they are right there, so now the pack has grown after Daly slowed these leaders down a little bit. So now here comes Noah Hart to go for third. So now the pack has gotten bigger. So we could see a bigger battle for the lead and the win here at any moment. And I say, excuse me, I didn't mean to say 6 more laps, it's 8 more laps, I apologize. Now it is 6 laps to go here at Daytona. Now Noah Hart's going to try to go underneath Austin Weiner for second. He and Cameron Bailey have been doing a very good job working together in the draft to catch up to these leaders, but also they have to thank Cole Daly for slowing them up to have this pack catch up to him. Zachary Fitzwater's now fallen back to the end of the pack. There you see Chris Washer and Jessica Sheldon. Sonny Hammond's up here in the pack as well. Oh, are we going to see second round of green flag pit stops take place? We are. I knew these drivers would have had to come down pit road once again at some point. But most of the drivers are coming down, but you have some who decide to stay out. including the 6 in this pack, and that is Oliver, Hart, Bailey, Hammond, Weiner, and Shelton. But you gotta wonder, will these guys be coming down the pit road this time by? As now it's going to be 3 wide for the second spot between Hammond, Bailey, and Hart. Let's see if they're going to have problems trying to get the pit road. Nope, they managed to keep it together, but Noah Hart is going to stay as the leader. Everybody else, let's see if these guys are coming down. Yes, they are. What about Talampaz, who is running very, very slow? I don't know why. He's not up to speed at all, or otherwise he could just be slowing down to get on pit road. No, he's staying out. Something must have happened to the 78 car to have him slow. Preston Plord, I knew, wasn't up to speed. Washers came out of pit road, I would assume. Same for, I'd say Talampaz came out of pit road. That's why he was running so slow. Everybody else is leaving pit road, and Sonny Hammond actually got out of the pits first, and it is 4 laps to go. Who was scored as the leader? Noah Hart was scored as the leader because he stayed out. Let's see if he's in pit road now. Yeah, he just now is coming on pit road. There's Barney Taylor. There's Talampaz. I think he pitted, and he just wasn't up to speed yet because of the speeds, but there's Michael Norman, who's coming out of pit road. Same for Cole Daly. Meanwhile, I think... Oh, here comes Chris Washer. Is this going to be a battle for the lead? Washer and Hammond? Let's see who got scored as the leader. I think Hammond's going to have it, at least for the moment, who got scored. He's still being scored second. That means Noah Hart still is your leader, and there he is, just kind of now coming out of pit road. But I think these drivers are going to catch him, and as it is 3 laps to go, less than 3 to go here at the Bud Shootout. Now Noah Hart's coming onto the track. Is he going to hold up Washer and company? If Hart can stay up in front of Washer, he may get the lead, but nope, he opens the bottom so that way the leaders can get by. So I think Chris Washer is going to have the lead. The only hope for Sonny Hammond is if somebody can get a run to him, and it is 2 laps to go. And Washer has almost a half a second lead over Sonny Hammond. Can Sonny Hammond get something into this? They are approaching a couple of slower cars. This could be useful. There's Austin LaPlante, Preston Plord. Will they play a factor in the finish? And will the other drivers behind catch the leaders and possibly make this battle for the win more interesting? Washer's approaching them. What's going to happen with this? We'll find out as they are coming down to the stripe to take the white flag, and Preston Plord's going to hold up Chris Washer. Now here comes Sonny Hammond, Chase Oliver, and Noah Hart. Oh man, this is going to be interesting because now Hammond, Oliver, and Hart are there, and now Austin LaPlante might cause some problems, and he's going to hold up Washer. He is going to hold up Washer. Now here comes Sonny Hammond to the inside, but now he tucks in line behind the 34. Man, that was a one opportunity Sonny Hammond had to try to get around Washer, to go underneath him as they were passing by Austin LaPlante, but nobody's going to be able to get him. Chris Washer coming down to the checkered flag. Dead heat for 4th or 3rd, but it is Chris Washer who is going to win the Budweiser Shootout at Daytona. Great run for him, and I saw Barney Taylor was still on pit road. Must have had something happen to his car, but wow, another race, no cautions. This whole Speed Weeks has been very, very well done as far as no wrecks, no cautions, no nothing. But let's take a look at your official results for the Bud Shootout. Chris Washer is going to win the Budweiser Shootout, so he's going to have some momentum heading in to the Daytona 500. Chase Oliver is gonna come away with second. Great run for him. Noah Hart, in his first of 2 races he's running that are non-points, is going to come away with third. Great run for him. Sonny Hammond, so close to getting that win. If he would have gotten underneath Chris Washer as he got stuck behind the 52 of Austin LaPlante, he could have got the win, but he's going to come away with fourth. He was the highest finishing driver that transferred over. And then fifth was pole sitter Cody Lamas. Sixth was Matt McIntyre. Seventh is another non-points racer this season. That is Cameron Bailey. Eighth, Drew McIntyre, who was the second highest transfer driver. Ninth, Austin Weiner, and then 10th was Jessica Sheldon. 11th was Annie Thomas, the winner of the LCQ. She was the third highest finishing transfer driver. Then it was Jekko Knight, Zachary Fitzwater, Danny Wells, Daniel Day, Michael Norman, and I believe Charlie Rodriguez, Ian Dutta, Justin Talampas. Those were the cars who finished on the lead lap. And then the rest of the cars were a lap or more down, and they were Austin LaPlante, Preston Plord, Cole Daly, and Barney Taylor. And we're not sure as to what happened to Barney Taylor. Maybe he had an engine go down. I'm not sure, but that is a look at your official finishing results. Thank you for tuning in to the Budweiser Shootout. Up next, the Daytona 500.